Okay. Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Eric here, Eric Thurow of Simply Eric Vlogs, my personal vlog channel. Apologize, I'm about 1 week late on the release of this video, or the recording of this video, and the release to my channel. This video is going to be more of a bio, more an introduction to who I am. I've already done a couple of videos about an unboxing about 1UP Nutrition. I did product reviews about 1UP Nutrition, and I did a product review about doTERRA essential oils, which I'll get to. All has to do with my transition to help with my lifestyle. So, but first, before I continue on and make any more vlogs about stuff that I'm doing to get my lifestyle change and the techniques I'm using, like I said, I was like using 1UP Nutrition. This just happens to be here. Sample packs. It's for another video later on within the next couple of weeks or so that should be going on channel. It's something that I'm doing with that, even though I know what it is here. I'm going to be doing a sort of like a private taste test review of different supplements on here, trying to be as transparent as possible, not to be just saying that, oh, because I got products sent from 1UP Nutrition, that I am favoring them by pushing them all over social media here on my YouTube channel and what have you. Now, when that gets done, you'll have to see what the decision is going to be, what I do. But I do like their products, nothing bad, but I just wanted to do like a blind taste test. So anyways, that's for another day. Let's get back to this video. This video, it's basically introducing myself. So I want to say my name is Eric Thurow. I am from San Jose, California, if you know, the capital of Silicon Valley, which is the nickname for Santa Clara Valley, basically the valley in the county that I live in. I know a lot of people a lot of friends and acquaintances that I have come across from like the East Coast, and a lot of East Coast vloggers say Silicon Valley is San Francisco. I want to straighten that part up. It's not. San Francisco has nothing to do with Silicon Valley. Yeah, they have startups there and a lot of stuff. They went through a transition where they got a lot of companies like Uber, Lyft, and Twitter to go up there because the mayor they had gave them good tax incentives instead of originally coming down to San Jose in the Silicon Valley here. But so that's what it is, and that's what a lot of people think. Silicon Valley is San Francisco. San Francisco is basically an hour north of us in a whole different county. It's its own county municipal kind of region, San Francisco and San Francisco County. But San Jose is the capital of Silicon Valley. It's here an hour south, a little bit less than an hour south of San Francisco. We're in the San Jose metropolitan area, Santa Clara County. So it's the 10th largest city by population in the country. And in the state of California, by population, it is the third. It's behind San Diego and Los Angeles. By size, total square mileage size, it's second behind Los Angeles only. So just to give you a reference, we are a lot bigger than San Francisco. You could probably fit, I would say, just a rough estimate, 10 San Franciscos into one San Jose. But anyways, that's where I'm from. I'm from San Jose, California, capital of Silicon Valley, the home of entrepreneurship, and a lot of startups right here. Now, moving forward, my initial purpose of this channel, Simply Eric Vlogs, and the reason why I entitled it Simply Eric Vlogs is basically because I just wanted to record videos, vlogs, reviews, what have you. Mostly it started off with, I wanted to do basically a vlog channel, which started out was going to be like maybe 2 to 3 videos a week. That got a little overwhelming at that juncture in time when I launched it. I guess it was last year. I even tried to do the so-called Veda, which is actually Vedia, because it's vlog every day in April. And when they do the Veda, they forget the I for in. But anyways, I tried doing that. I failed on that. I lasted 5 days. It's just my scheduling and at the time and what I was trying to do at that juncture in my life. My former profession, I was a transit operator. I worked for the county. I drove the public transportation bus system, so public bus operator, if you want to call it. I started off as a community bus operator, which is a new classification of bus drivers that our company, Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority, or Santa Clara VTA, was launching at the time when I got hired on to the company back in June of 2007. I did that for a year, had a great year. Some of the senior bus drivers that have been there for 20, 30 years were complaining about this new classification coming on, and all us like so-called rookies or newbies were getting these ideal schedules. Like, I come on for the first time and I get a Monday through Friday schedule with holidays off for a whole year straight. And I got on early and I got off like no later than 2 p.m. every day. So that was a sweet schedule I had at that time. With that said, they transitioned it, and I was forced into becoming what's called a bus operator, which is driving our full-size buses, which are 40 feet long. A couple of them, there are a few out there that are 35 feet long, but the main route buses that you see in your municipality. So I did that whole stint from June 2007 till March of 2016, which unfortunately I was laid off my job, my company. And at that time, during my stint I was at VTA, even a little bit beforehand, 2 years beforehand, I had ran the official fan club of the San Jose SaberCats Arena Football League team here in San Jose that played their home games at the SAP Center at San Jose in downtown San Jose. That's the same building where the San Jose Sharks play their National Hockey League games, just as a reference. So they were not owned by the Sharks. They were owned by a group of brothers that own, so I guess you could say, a San Jose-based electronics company. So I was a fan club from there, basically from 2005. I didn't start the fan club, just to be clear. I took it over from a guy that started, who ran into scheduling and personal issues after he got involved with it. And I had initially started helping him out just to give him little pointers and my experience on using social media and all that stuff, and how to market the fan club to reach out, and then how to, once you've built a backbone to that fan club, then to reach out to the organization and try to build a relationship with the organization. And then from there, I even built relationships with other, teams and the league itself. So that's what I did with that. That was called San Jose's Ninth Man. Ninth man is a universal term in the Arena Football League for the home team crowd. Just like at the National Football League, the 12th man is the universal term for entire National Football League for the home crowd. I know the Seattle Seahawks fans up there, they said they claim 12th man as their own. It's not theirs. It's basically, if you're outdoor football, even NCAA, your home crowd is your 12th man, because it's an additional home field advantage crowd, like an extra player on the field, and that's what that represents. So I did that, but I was actually a season ticket holder with the SaberCats first before I ran the fan club, and I was a season ticket holder from 2000 all the way up to 2015 when the team stopped operating and canceled its membership with the Arena Football League out of the blue they said for no reason, but I'm thinking it's for financial reasons. So with that, not knowing what to do with my basically spring to summer schedules, because that's when I was going to the Arena Football League. Like right now, as I'm recording it, we're heading into week 3 of this year's Arena Football League. I started back in 2013 along with the fan club. It basically was going to be like a Arena Football fan social media site, like a discussion forum and all that, called Ninth Man Nation. I registered the domain name. I had developed, towards the end, I had developed a logo for it. I had temporary logos for it that I just cheesed up and did. Nothing fancy that were created in a vector file format or whatever. But I did that, but I sat on it. After doing some research on it, and with my schedule on the way I was running with the fan club, and I was slowly starting doing some stuff with the SaberCats. They were even giving me game footage to do editing for their website. It came to me that I was just too swamped. I couldn't do all that and go to work, and my work with VTA was like a 13-hour day. Once I transitioned to the full bus, it was split shift, and it was like I didn't have time and didn't even want to do anything. So with that said, I had to put that on hold, but I kept the domain name for the website and everything and all the social handles. I went and grabbed it really quick for branding purposes. When you come up with it, you want to go grab it, whether you're going to use the social handles or not. At least you have them. And it's for branding, and that's how I market it. And that's how I'll also talk about that later and further down in future videos down on this channel too. So now that we're down to 2016 and there's no more Arena Football League team here in San Jose, there was still a couple on the West Coast. There's the Portland Steel, and then there was the Arizona Rattlers in Phoenix, Arizona, and then the Los Angeles Kiss that actually didn't play in the LA Staples Center. They played at the Honda Center in Anaheim. And yes, they were owned by Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, and I got to meet them. Very cool guys. Like everybody says, Gene Simmons, he's a marketing machine, and I admire what he does. I look up to him and his experience. So after that, I relaunched Ninth Man Nation, but with a different intent. Since I couldn't be a fan club, I transitioned Ninth Man Nation so we could all like a media outlet to cover games. But keep in mind, at this time, I had just been laid off March of 2016, and the very next month, April of 2016, was the very first game. So April 2nd, me with a friend of mine, we drove down. Did we drive for that day? Yeah, we drove down that day to Anaheim, 6-hour drive from San Jose to Anaheim down south, and covered the very first game, which was the Jacksonville Sharks at the LA Kiss on national TV, ESPN, and slowly, introduced ourselves as being, or at least for me, Ninth Man Nation as being media. And at the same time, I also developed a podcast channel, because I know podcasting and the voice is the way of the future. It's all about time consumption and time management. You could, that's why I'm transcribing these YouTube videos. It won't be normal podcast shows. They'll just be like the audio version of what you hear on my YouTube over on my podcast channel, because you can hear the same information that I'm providing on my podcast channel. Listen to it with your earphones, and while you're still be able to do something around the house or at work or while you're driving on the road, and it saves time. And that's why investment into the medium that is voice is essential when you're part of your brand launching. Excuse me. So I'll be transcribing this over to my podcast channel on Spreaker. It's also on like 10 other platforms. I just recently launched an application with Spotify to get on there as well. So I will promote the channel URL once I get that information handed to me from Spotify themselves. But anyways, so that's with Ninth Man Nation. That's what I launched. It was found the podcasting portion of the coverage of the games. I was only able to go to a couple of the games, and then at the end I went to the Arena Bowl. Thank God I had mileage and points at a hotel. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be able to go to a lot of those games. It was great, and I was being recognized by the league, and a lot of the players that were still in the league were still from the San Jose SaberCats, so I knew them already, and I just built relationship. And then by them going to a different team, I was able to meet some other players on the team that may have heard of me, and because they come to San Jose and they see me right there in front row, and they, and I talk to them. I don't talk trash. Friendly, but not too much. That developed a rapport and a relationship with the league, and it was worth it. I interviewed former players. I interviewed executives from the Players Union. I did the commissioner of the league. I did a former coach of the SaberCats, Darren Arbett. So I reached out and I got a lot of key players, and it wasn't like an interview thing where you're trying to dig deep into the player and pick out things why he did what he did during the seasons or whatever. It was more conversation, more of a history, how you got found. So it was conversational. It was welcoming and just a casual thing, another thing. So that's what I did. And with that, I saw how that was growing. So I established then my company called Thurow Media. And that's the umbrella that Ninth Man Nation sits under. Thurow Media doing business, DBA, Ninth Man Nation, also doing DBA, this vlog channel, Simply Eric Vlogs. So with all that, I had to form the Thurow Media, and I had a couple of other projects that I do. So, to get the other projects, I'm not new to YouTube. I had a YouTube video or YouTube channel that I did as mainly as a hobby. It has its own set of social media channels. It has its own website, and that's called Simply Made Cocktails. I did that back, was it 2014, 2015? Have like 124 videos on there, all in HD. I think they're all like 1080p HD. And basically, I started out myself, but I eventually grew to have a co-host right away. And we just made cocktails, drinks, and we showed them how to make them online. And then we did reviews and just did casual what we thought of the drinks. We did even product reviews of individual spirit brands of different companies who make vodka, different companies who make tequila or rum or scotch or whatever. Eventually, we got such a good rapport with our honest put of Simply Made Cocktails that companies were sending us to us. We were DMing them, and they would also reach out to us, and that's how things got going. So unfortunately, with the venture of my co-host, he had some scheduling issues, and we had to stop for a while. I think it was like 6-month gap, and then we came back and shot some generic video, not as great as we had before, like in the backyard. And we did like maybe 2 weeks worth of videos, 3 weeks worth of videos to try to relaunch it, but our scheduling just didn't work out. He had also had some personal issues with him and his work environment and his professional life. So that's all priority right now. That's what comes first. Even with this vlog channel, as I'm introducing to myself, my priority with this channel is for me right now, as I'm still here unemployed 2 years later after being laid off from VTA. I'm in town. It's very tough. There's a lot of companies who say they're hiring, but unfortunately, with almost 9 years sitting down driving a bus, it doesn't give you a lot of tech savvy know-how into social media marketing, business management, what have you. So that's what I also, part of my Thurow media launch, I used that to go grab a couple of clients here and there, and I helped them with their branding. I did some of their social media, I did some of their website, what I was able to information that was able to present to me, and I was able to put out there and spawn to social media or put on the website. Some of the companies that wasn't as consistent or as strong, and they didn't understand what was going on, and they were more focused on other things. They were too distracted, so things just went sideways, and I couldn't work with them. But I did that for them, to build basically like a portfolio of work that I have done to help aid in me in my job efforts. Because living here in San Jose, one of the most expensive cities in the country, it's hard to make ends meet out here and live. Yes, I also drive for the food delivery services. I've signed up contract for all of them, basically Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, Amazon Restaurants, or Amazon Flex, Amazon Restaurants, same thing. Who else? Postmates. And I've signed up for all of them, and I work what I can to see what is best. But because some of them charge different or pay you differently, I have to manage what I could do and how much money I spend on the use of my car, and also the gas, because gas is expensive out here too. It's like $3.45 a gallon. I filled up just a couple days ago. So you all have to manage things. But in the meantime, I'm still searching for a job, more like a full-time position. And I'm onto this gym town also to maintain, that, I'm trying also to change my lifestyle to become healthier. My time at VTA was very sedentary. Like I said, once I was off the clock there, I did not really want to do anything, especially exercise. And I knew that is important when you have such a sedentary job. Yes, I'll do a little stretching and everything when I was at the stoplights, and I was safe to do so or whatever. But as far as for actually going to a gym and working out and getting your heart rate up and maintaining that heart rate for the 20 minutes to start burning some efficient calories, no. And I gained a lot of weight, 65 pounds at least, through my 9 years there. VTA wasn't that, giving or providing of a situation to where we could have gyms. like in our bus yards when we're there. But I didn't spend too much time in bus yard. I was basically like the type of guy that went in, did my work, and went out. I tried not really socialize with that with the other employees, except for when I had to relieve, or they relieved me, and that's about it. And a few things here and there, but otherwise there was no time. I was just too exhausted. And then I still had to come home and do some stuff at home, including going to like Saber Cat games, and which is my pure entertainment. That was my entertainment. That's why I was so basically, you could say, stubborn about getting season tickets for them, front row season tickets, and making sure I went to every single home game, which I did, as far as for being a season ticket holder. But after that, I'm still unemployed. But so to further, I see this video is already around 20 minutes long, and I'm going to use this as a one-take shot because I want to keep it simple, no fancy editing, nothing, hardly any graphics on it. Eventual videos will get more. I'm recording this with my iPhone 6s Plus right now, the front-facing camera, so it's going to be at 720p. But with that, I look to just be transparent with this channel. My whole thing is just like to do the sleep thing, because I know sleep is very important. I was exhausted, like said, from driving with the VTA, but I've caught up with that. So I need to get better sleep, and that's what I did with the essential oils and all that stuff. And I got a diffuser. I put an Echo Dot in my room usually, but I gotta become better because I still tend to watch TV really late at night. That's not good. I also then, when I turn my TV off, I tend to search videos or whatever, social media on my phone here, and have it too close to my bed. So that's got to stop, and that's going to stop today. So that's the first step, just get my sleep patterns back, and waking up at normal business hours so I could be more efficient and more productive with my day. And then I got to start getting those jobs out there and just applying for it, and then working out, get the gym membership, going out the gym. I know I could do a little bit of working out here. I got a little bit of some fitness equipment that I need to reorganize and all that stuff, and organize my room still and get that going. I need to get a storage compartment for that so I could get it out of its box and put the little home equipment that I got in that box, in that chest in my room. So there's a lot of things going on, but main thing is just keeping this positive mentality, just keeping the hustle going, and just try to get better. Hopefully, maybe if I get lucky, some business will come and watch this video and say, hiring. But and I don't want to say this, but a lot of times, with me being overweight, that is a reason for employers are not hiring people, because they do discriminate against one age. If you're a certain age and not fresh out of college, they'll discriminate. They'll rather go someone younger. And then they also discriminate because your size. If you're overweight, they'll think you have problems, and they'll think that's too risky, especially when it comes to a full-time job and providing insurance for you. They just won't do it. And I know that's not right. It's not legal. But yet they do it. They just don't say it when they interview, or even if you get your interviews. Like I said, I have hardly had an interview over here for the last 2 years, because the last 9 years I spent driving a bus. My skill set's not according to the jobs what I want to apply for and want to work with. I've gone to where I see the educational level. All you have to do is be a high school graduate with a diploma or degree from high school. I'm well above that. I got an associate's in applied science degree for business software applications, and then I got a bachelor's of science in technical management with a concentration in network administration. I do a lot of this social media stuff, marketing, branding, WordPress, website design and development. I'm starting to get into e-commerce with WooCommerce and Square and PayPal infrastructure. So it's all getting there, and I'm trying to build a rapport, and that's one of the reasons why I have my Thurow Media company and its website, so I could prove some of the technical knowledge that I do have. With this video, I can't say anything else. But once again, I didn't mean this video to go as long as it has. It's almost 25 minutes, so I'm going to try to hurry up. So once again, my name is Eric Thurow. This video, the Simply Eric Vlogs, is just basically simple videos about documenting my lifestyle change, trying to get myself healthier, trying to get myself back and active, and hopefully maybe it'll rub off on other people who may be encountering the same experience, whether now or having passed, and it's sort of delayed them in progressing forward, or in the future, because it'll be documented on YouTube. My website is my first and last name.com, so it's Eric, ERIC THUROW.com. That's basically how it is with my handle. So it's branding, like I said, ericthurow.com, and then youtube.com/Eric Thurow, plus.google.com/plus Eric Thurow, Instagram.com/Eric Thurow, Twitter.com/Eric Thurow. I got rid of Tumblr for other reasons. Why I'll go in that for security reasons, because they are owned by Yahoo, and Yahoo just bought out by Verizon. They changed their privacy policies for this oath thing. So if you have Yahoo, you might want to think about downloading your contacts in a CSV file and then changing over to another email provider. But that's a whole nother thing. That's off topic. But so all the social media and all that stuff that I have with Snapchat and everything, it will be down below in the description of this video, or on the vlog on my website vlog channel. So with that, I guess that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments on the YouTube channel. And I look forward to having my next video, which I have at this point don't know if it's going to be the blind taste test of the protein, because unfortunately I reached out to like 15 different companies and only like 2 of them got back to me, but only 1 actually physically sent me product. So I guess they don't want to be too transparent with their stuff. I was going to do it blind, have a couple shaker glasses or whatever, shake them up, and then just with just numbers on them so they represent a certain brand and flavor, and then I was just going to blind taste them. But I guess they don't want to do that, so I'm going to try to figure something else, or just delay that video for another couple weeks and then do it. But anyways, my name is Eric Thurow. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe to this video. And again, when you subscribe to this video, make sure you hit that bell icon, and choose how you want to be notified. Otherwise, this video and other video updates that I upload to YouTube will probably get buried in your video feed. YouTube's not doing so well with their feeding, so with their feeding YouTube content that's currently in doing it chronologically, which I think should be done. That's how it should be done. If you subscribe to the channel, videos should show up in your feed chronologically as they were uploaded to the channel and made live. So that's it. Thank you, and I look forward to future videos on this channel. Thanks a lot. Bye.